Hello, my name is Taylor Seeger, and I'm going to be presenting my Applying Tools PowerPoint and how I would use the tools that we've learned throughout this semester in my classroom. So the subject that I love the most is community. Not only the community you live in, but the community you create in your classroom. And these slides are just one of the lessons part that would be part of a unit that I would have my students be a part of. So I live in Apple Valley, California. I'm subbing in Apple Valley, so I thought it would be perfect. So in the first slide, you'll see pictures of what our high desert looks like, which is you go from tons of dirt, grass, and then there is our logo down there at the bottom. So continuing on, so what I will have in my class is the Twitter challenge. So the students will take pictures of their community. This is a great way to get parents involved and just caregivers. If the children don't have cell phones of their own or ways to take pictures, that's how they can get their family involved and say, hey, I need pictures of my community. And then however the pictures are taken, they would be emailed and we would work out a way to get the pictures into the actual classroom. So with the pictures that the students have taken, they will use and write 3 full sentence clues as to where this photo was taken. And they will post it on Twitter using the hashtag AVKidsPhotos. The best part about this is as the teacher, you can get all of your partner teachers involved as well as teachers from other schools. That really helps students learn and expand within their own city, just a better understanding of where they are and where they come from. In order to create participation, students will also interact with students and guess where the picture is from. So this is just, again, a great way to help students. Some of our shy students that don't like to speak up in class, this is a great way to give them a voice as well so they can be a part of the participation. Continuing on, so after we've completed the Twitter chats and gotten a really good grip on what our community looks like in different places that our community has, we will then create a Google Docs. The best part about Google Docs is it can be shared and teachers can give their feedback right then and there to the students, and the students can share with other students. It's just a great way to get everyone involved. So students will follow the stages of the writing process to write a paragraph about their community. So just in this paragraph, 5 to 6 sentence, they will state where they live, what's around them. So if there's a hospital near them, or the police station, or parks, or just anything really that creates their community, that's what they will write about and give detail about that. And also within the paragraph, they will highlight a community helper. So this is, again, if they live near a hospital, they say, oh, at the hospital, there is a community helper that's called a doctor. And then that way it just also gets them thinking about careers and just multiple aspects and people who go into actually creating and helping our community. From there, they will create a shoebox. I always call it shoebox madness because I always love seeing what creative minds come up with. So this is also another great way if our students aren't particularly fond of writing. This also gives them another chance to do something that they like to keep their interest going. So our creative students, and I've even seen creative students that aren't into creating and create some beautiful projects with the shoeboxes. So within their shoeboxes, they're going to give the teacher a point of view of their point of view using elements from their community to create this shoebox. So whether that's dirt or rocks or something, they're going to bring something in from their community. Students will also highlight a community helper within their shoebox. So again, if they live near a hospital and they've selected a doctor, then they're going to put a hospital and a doctor. And once they've completed the Google Docs and the Shoe Madness, the students will use a Flipgrid to speak about their shoebox. Flipgrid is one of my all-time favorite technology applications, um, because the students go on and they can go in their own separate little space. They can do it at home or at the park, just somewhere, and they just talk about the topic at hand. This also allows the teacher to go in and view and make sure everyone's doing it. And again, for our students who are shy and don't want to get up in front of the class, they still get a chance to talk about their shoebox and let others be involved. So once they have completed their Flipgrid explaining what their shoebox is about and their community from their point of view, students will then watch one video from their class, so another classmate, and then they will also watch another video from a student from another class. So again, this is a great way to get the community together, which is what we're talking about, and really expand children's knowledge of their community and who else is involved. So two of our schools in particular in Apple Valley are Sitting Bull Academy and Vanguard Preparatory. So this is, even though in proximity they're only 10-minute driving distance, sometimes it feels like a world away for students. So this is a great way to bring them together and maybe create more lasting friendships. Finally, after they're done with their Google Hangout, their Flipgrid, they're going to transition to a Google Hangout. So this is more so on the teacher to correspond with a community helper and get them involved. So sometimes we know with community helpers it is more difficult to come into the schools now because of fingerprinting and just different things. So it takes a lot more for our community helpers to come in the classroom. So this is a great alternative, is creating a Google Hangout where we can set up a time with the community helper and say like a police officer, we can communicate with them and they can take us for a tour of the police station and show us inside the vehicle without us ever leaving the classroom, which makes it very convenient for all classrooms from SPED classrooms all the way to general ed. So to really make this academic as well, even though they'll be learning tons, students will form groups with peers and complete questions for a community helper. So not just, do you like your job, but, really getting a better understanding of what it took to become what they are. So whether that's a doctor, a police officer, firefighter, farmer, all of that stuff, these are great ways also to get children thinking about careers. And then once the Google Hangout is finished, the teacher will create a Google Slides account where all students have access, and each student will create their own personal slide that says thank you to the community helper and why, what they learned and what other questions they have that maybe didn't get answered. And then this is a great way to just email it to our community helper and really just keep a good repertoire with the community. And finally, my references. So I just want to say thank you so much for listening in on this project lesson unit. I thank you very much. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the discussions. Thank you.